guys. Oh, jeez. Someone's about to get aggressive in here. Gotta keep the hair pretty.
Thank you for that welcome.
Ah, fuck you and your giant ass phone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I can't get it.
What, this whole thing?
I don't know what the hell is on the laptop.
Right. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you to Pamela Guy for organising this. Isn't she wonderful? What a beautiful, glamorous lady. It's very important to be hot. People underestimate the importance of being beautiful, but she and I get it just right. Oh gosh. What is this weather about? Maybe God is Muslim after all. I notice there aren't that many Muslim protesters, but if you've ever tried to walk in a sodden burqa, you'll know why. It's enough to dissuade even the most determined jihadi. Thank you for coming out today. Now, we all agree on a few things, don't we? We all agree, for instance, that Linda Sarsour is a Sharia-loving, terrorist-embracing, Jew-hating, ticking time bomb of progressive horror. We agree on that. Now, I'll call her Linda because her surname, Sarsour, did you know this? It means cockroach in Arabic. And I do so hate to be disrespectful, so we'll call her Linda. Yes, I'm back and just as much of a waspish cunt as ever. This week, another Muslim loser, a friend of... This week, another Muslim loser, a friend of Linda's probably, strapped a bomb to his chest in Manchester and murdered over 20 people, including children. Does Linda Sarsour, in her dark heart, approve of this senseless atrocity? If she feels any remorse at all, maybe it's for the Muslim grooming gangs and Pakistani child rapists who have 20 fewer victims this week. What Manchester has done is once again raise the stakes. It's now more important than ever to fight Islam in America, and particularly its emissaries like Linda Sarsour. Now, Linda came out of nowhere. I first heard about her in that stupid Women's March. To just give you a demonstration of how stupid modern third-wave American feminists are. They're prepared to follow a woman who believes in Sharia law, while at the same time complaining about patriarchy. It is genuinely ludicrous. Now, for some reason, leftists love putting hijab-wearing women in front of things to remind us how tolerant, progressive, and feminist Islam is. Give me a break. Islam views Western progressives with the same contempt the Soviet Union reserved for the useful idiots of the American communist left. It's a relationship as abusive as Chris Brown and Rihanna's, except no one in it is hot. Claiming Islam is worthy of progressive protection is insane. The hijab is not a symbol of female liberation, as USA Today and the rest of your media likes to claim. But Linda is special. She's more than just an oppressive headscarf. Lurking underneath all of that sweaty polyester is a mind that hates America and loves Sharia law. Her greatest crime, in my view, is her treatment of the heroic female genital mutilation victim and Islam critic, Ayaan Hirsi Ali. Linda said that, "I wish I could take her vagina away. She doesn't deserve to be a woman." In other words, Linda's just like the men who actually did take Ayaan's vagina away. This is your leader of the modern, democratic, feminist women's movement in America, setting out to finish the job that depraved, misogynistic Muslims in Somalia started. And if you want to know what Sharia looks like in America, consider what happened in Minnesota this week, which has the largest Somali population in the world outside of Somalia itself. A bill to make female genital mutilation a felony failed thanks to the work of the local Muslim population. This is the world. This is the world that Linda Sarsour wants for you. This is the world that she is heralding in. Sharia in the United States. One in which girls have no legal protection from having their genitals sliced off. And progressives have the fucking gall to say that I'm the misogynist for cracking a few fat jokes. To paraphrase one of the great philosophers of the 21st century, Regina George from Mean Girls, stop trying to make Sharia happen, it's not going to happen. Linda cares about women so much, she worked to discredit and silence a film called Honor Diaries, which is about the honor killings and violence against women that happen in the Muslim world. Muslim leaders would prefer if we all pretended that honor violence doesn't exist. It's a sort of inconvenient truth to those trying to convince the Western world that Sharia is the new feminism. Well, Linda is obsessed with convincing American women that they're better off in Saudi Arabia. Well, the good news is, Saudi Arabia is not on Trump's banned list, so you can come and go as you please. Try it and see which one you like best. If she can't bring people to Saudi, Linda wants to bring Saudi to America. Frankly, I'm amazed her husband lets her out of the house often enough to speak as she does, but I guess the rules are different for progressive elites. As it wasn't Saudi Arabia that Ariana Grande retreated to for safety after a bomb went off at her concert. It was, of course, the United States of America, the greatest country in the history of human civilization. The country that Ariana Grande said she hated. I hate Americans, I hate America, as she licked a donut. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you, sweetheart. The World Economic Forum, which is not a conservative organization, ranks countries by gender gap. Now, this isn't the bogus gender wage gap. It's not the wage gap that progressives have invented, pretending that women earn less than men when they don't. This is a real gender gap. And it's a gap in education, and in healthcare, and other critical economic factors. Now, if you believe Linda, Saudi Arabia is the best country in the world to be a woman. But if you believe the World Economic Forum, they're ranked 141 out of 144. One of the only countries they beat is Syria. And this is the woman who considers Palestinians throwing rocks at Jews as courageous. Now, there's more than a few Jews at CUNY, a quarter of the student population, in fact. Let's hope that Linda Sarsour doesn't come to her commencement address armed and ready for battle. I would suggest that CUNY's yarmulke-wearing population stay home, just in case. It's not worth the risk. Linda Sarsour is on a quest to convince Western women that Sharia law is the ultimate expression of female empowerment. It's shocking, isn't it? How many liberals, obsessed with the idea of patriarchy, nonetheless buy into this drivel. Nothing in the West compares to the horrific treatment of women under Sharia, except, of course, closer to home, the treatment of women by Hillary Clinton after Bill raped them. Thank you, Pumpkin. In London, the city I lived for most of my life but fled in terror, acid attacks, this is in the West. People throwing acid on women's faces increased by 250% in 2016. It's not Buddhists or Catholics doing it, is it? Judges in Europe tend to let Muslims off lightly when they're found guilty of rape and crimes like these acid attacks because the implication is they don't know any better. This is bigotry of the worst kind. It is the soft bigotry of lowered expectations, as George H.W. Bush put it. The mainstream media wants Manchester and what happened with Ariana Grande to fade quickly from memory, like Nice, like Charlie Hebdo, like Brussels, like London, like Paris, like San Bernardino, and like Fort Hood. Like Orlando, where I spoke to express my confusion that the progressive left will be making excuses for an ideology that murders homosexuals and routinely oppresses women. You should not allow the media, you should not allow your celebrities, you should not allow politicians, and you should in particular not allow university professors like the spineless cunts at CUNY to allow this to happen. Ayaan Hirsi Ali was disinvited from giving a commencement address at Brandeis. Critics of Sharia are being thrown out of universities while advocates for Sharia are being invited to speak. Conservatives are being ignored and silenced like they were Tiffany Trump. Except, unlike Tiffany Trump, we don't deserve it. Now let me tell you where I disagree with some of my colleagues and some of the other speakers here. No disrespect to them, because it is a lively exchange of views that makes us different from the other side. I believe that Linda Sarsour should be allowed to speak at CUNY. In fact, if they'd asked me, I would have paid her fee, no matter how many goats she asked for. And the reason that I think she should be allowed to speak is that her words, odious as they are, should be broadcast far and wide. The best response to authoritarianism is not more censorship, but more speech. I want America to hear her. I want America to listen to her arguments and weigh their merits. I am a free speech fundamentalist. I believe that in an open marketplace of ideas, the best ideas prevail. In America, you don't have an open marketplace of ideas because the massed ranks of the establishment, the media, academia, and the entertainment industry are set up to condemn conservative and libertarian points of view as hateful, bigoted, and oppressive. They are none of those things. And so the real enemy here isn't just ordinary Muslims, it isn't Linda Sarsour. The bigger enemy, and the enemy to American freedom, has always been from within. The enemy here are the progressive elites who run the entertainment industry, academia, and the media in this country. It is only through the open marketplace of ideas, with no more censorship of libertarians and conservatives, and no more oppressive speech codes from the left, that I believe America can realize its promise and its destiny. And that is why this is the greatest country in the history of human civilization. That is why we're out here in the pouring rain, because this stuff fucking matters. And when we reach that goal, when we reach that day, when there is a full, free, frank, open exchange of ideas, when anyone can present their ideas for scrutiny, when anyone can present their system of belief for discussion and debate, then people will see Linda Sarsour for what she really is. It's true that her ideology is as ugly as Chelsea Clinton. It's true that Linda wants to replace graduated women's mortarboards with hijabs. And once that happens, the burqa will replace those graduation robes soon after. Linda wants to substitute prayer rugs for diplomas, and CUNY is going right along with her. It's true that CUNY is going to see the results, it's going to see the consequences of this. It's going to see it in enrollment, it's going to see it in alumni donations. And the other speakers here have done a much better job than I ever could of explaining in detail why she is wrong and dangerous about absolutely everything. So if you disagree with a Sharia-loving, Jew-hating commencement speaker, hold back on giving money to this university. Don't enroll your kids. Teach them a lesson the American way, which is with your speech and with your wallet. It's not a mystery why, it is a mystery. Why CUNY invited her in the first place? She's not particularly popular. Like many of these progressives, Amy Schumer, Lena Dunham, these people, we are required to find them beautiful. They're on the magazine covers. And when you put somebody on a magazine cover, you're not just saying, look at this, you're saying, be like this. Amy Schumer, no fucking thanks. Yeah. Pies in the world. But Linda Sarsour herself is not that popular. She's somebody that the progressive elites want us to believe is popular. I'll give you some data to back up that assertion. In her own neighborhood, in 2016, Linda Sarsour ran for Democratic County Committee member, which is a voluntary position that really is just for your block. It's for like a few thousand people. She came third out of 3 in a predominantly Islamic neighborhood. Even her neighbors fucking hate her. And they're all Muslims. But at the end of the day, Linda Sarsour, you've got to admire their tenacity. It takes some lungs to do that. I was head chorister at my school, and it's not easy to keep it up. So a round of applause for the protesters. At the end of the day, Linda is just another idiot, wittingly or unwittingly doing the work of Saudi Arabia, doing the work of Iran, doing the work of ISIS. And the enemy that you as Americans have always faced and will always face is from within. It's from other Americans allowing this stuff, pandering to it, prioritizing it, giving it platforms. No, I don't want her banned, but I do want her exposed. And that's what I hope today will accomplish. If I can add anything today, is to remind you that as ever, the greatest threats to American liberty don't come from overseas, they come from places like New York. Don't ban her. but hold her to account. Make her debate. Make her defend her hateful and odious positions, and always support free speech, free expression, free intellectual inquiry, creativity, love, joy, and all of those wonderful things that unite the libertarian and conservative movements. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, beer time.
Thank you so much.
You get questions?
Okay, that means